You think that students have a role in keeping our community safe as well?
Absolutely. We always foster a culture where they feel like they can report anything they see that's unsafe or even concerning to them. To any trusted adult. We also have an anonymous tipping platform for them. If they are not comfortable, they have a confidential avenue to put out that information. So they feel very comfortable about it. I myself have put on training for them to let them know if they see something, say something, and describe certain events that they don't want to hang on to, that they really should communicate that to a trusted adult, and because they have a role to play. And again, it's a culture. Everybody has a role here to keep everyone safe.
I actually think that's part of a complete education. I mean, we talk about our world ready promise and preparing students to live in the world. I think they have to live with a sense that they have a responsibility for their own safety as they go out into the world. And that might look different in kindergarten than it does in 12th grade. But I agree with you that students have a hand in creating that culture, and we've experienced that students do speak up when they see things that are unsafe. Absolutely. And hopefully they're learning a little bit more about how to live in the world, including how to live in these beautiful Santa Monica mountains.
Yes.
How does your team balance being highly prepared and vigilant while maintaining a warm, welcoming presence as ambassadors?
Well, as I say, that they're part of this community. They value the community. This isn't just a job for them. Like I said, we have multiple officers over 20 years here. This is their family, and the community really looks to them like a personal protection detail rather than an enforcement leg of security. So it comes natural to them because this is honestly a family to them, and this is a coveted place to work. So we do get a lot of applications, but right now we're at full operational capacity. Our officers get exposed to world-class training, so they're very happy here, and that translates into the friendly demeanor, the professional demeanor. They value what they have here, and they value the community.
I really appreciate your giving everyone a view into that world, because we talk about how we have a growth-oriented culture for our faculty, that our faculty are always growing and learning about teaching and learning practices. And so you're saying the same thing is true for the campus safety officers we see around, that they are also always learning about safety practices.
Absolutely, and there's a path to growth here in our on our team and our department, and that's that you've made that available to our officers, and again that helps with the culture of security here. Again, they're really happy to be here, and again, this is their family. So having not only the training aspect that they get, their performance that's recognized on a regular basis by the community, but having a growth path to grow in this job is really valuable to them.
Well, and I think we all experience profound gratitude for that role that our campus safety officers have played. Both when there have been incidents, like the recent wildfires, or as we think about incidents that could happen, and we know that we're a little bit better prepared because of their presence here. So yeah, there's a lot of gratitude for that.
Yeah, goes both ways.
Speaking of that training, you have an extraordinary background. You have worked in LAPD counterterrorism, special operations. You've done executive security at Sony Pictures. Tell us about your experience and how it helps you shape campus safety in a school environment.
Sure. I've been very fortunate in my law enforcement career to work some specialized units that involved high-level protection, required high-level tactical capabilities, as well as working in the corporate space where I've had some great mentors that have taught me a lot. And that really translates in a school setting to world-class training, decisive decision-making that has both the community's safety in mind and student well-being. So just having that experience in different levels of security, law enforcement, translates into layers of protection here that I've applied at, let's say, Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures is a 40-acre campus. This is a 40-acre campus. Obviously, different scope, right? But you can apply that in the same way. And it was always intriguing to me to come to a school from coming from that sort of space, from the law enforcement special operations community to Sony Pictures, a global security program there, and applying some of those best practices in that space, which would really bring up to the highest level for a security program for a school.
And I know that I was aware when you were coming here that at least I just had an imagination of the sort of work, whether it's executives, celebrities you're dealing with at a global company like Sony Pictures. I knew that you could bring that to our community and even handle the toughest of our parents.
Well, it does translate well.
Yeah.
The clientele here is a little easier going than in those other theaters. But again, it's very appreciated.
You're saying that.
But it does translate well. And again, to bring that level of security to a school, again, with buy-in from my leadership,
Yep.
has been a true blessing and a unique situation. I don't know any schools that are operating security at this level.